Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a new term or a new half term for phonics. This is for year ones and year twos who are normally in my phonics group. If you are not normally in my phonics group, then you're on the wrong video. So we are going to start with our tricky words for this week. We are about halfway through now, our tricky words for year two. They will start to get a little bit harder as we go on, but so far everybody has done really well. We should be finished with year two tricky words by the end of this term. By the end of next half term. So then we will spend the last half term just going over some of the more trickier ones ready for next year. So let's have a go at these tricky words. We're just reading them today. So we've got wild, so the I makes the I sound. So we've got wild, climb, most, only, and both. So wild and climb have the I as an I sound, and then here we have an O as an O for most, only, and both. Okay, no need to write these down. What you will notice is there's going to be a lot less writing down for phonics and more focus on the activities for the next couple of weeks. So I just want to go back over some of the things that we did last half term. So here we have 4 sentences on the board. Could you please read these sentences to an adult and then just write down the words that have the A sounds in. So pause the video now and I will go through it afterwards. Okay, so hopefully you've read all of those 4 sentences out loud to an adult. We're just going to pick out the ones, the A words. Now remember, this is all the different A sounds, not just AI. So here we had grey, tray, table, plate, and grated. So quite a lot of words in that first sentence. The second sentence, I was in a lot of pain when I fell on the playground. So we've got pain and playground. Playground is a compound word because it's made up of 2 words, play and ground. And actually, I suppose you could have had A as well, and A there as well. At school today, I painted an elephant. Today, and painted. And then the last sentence, we stayed inside because it was raining and I beat Mummy in a game of Connect 4. We stayed, it was raining, and I beat Mummy in a game of Connect 4. So you should have had those words written down in your book. Okay, so what are we doing? What are we focusing on this week? So we're going to focus on the I sound. So underneath those A words, there are 5 spaces on my screen for 5 different I sounds that we have learned. And we're going to go back and we're going to revisit all of them this week. Okay, so one of them is already on the board for you. Can you just spend 30 seconds now seeing if you can remember the other ones? We have done them all. 30 seconds now. Pause the video. Okay, so let's go over these together. Well, one of them is up here. Now, we are going back to learning about and making sure that we are joining these digraphs and trigraphs together. So I is I, G, H. We'll be doing this in handwriting this week, but also in our phonics as well. So we've got I. There's also the I, E, joined. There's the split digraph, which is not joined. There's the I by itself, which we just had in wild. And then at the end of a word, the Y sometimes makes an I sound. So in your books, no, not in your books, we'll do that later. So here we go. Here are all those different I sounds with some words in, and we're going to read them together, and I'm going to write the sound buttons. Please do not feel like you have to write these in your book. So we've got B, I, T, P, I, S, K, I, S, L, I, D, and F, I, N, D. Find. So bright, pie, sky, and slide. Okay. So we are going to focus on the I sound. So what I would like you to do is to practice this I sound in your phonics book. We're going to join it 3 times, okay? And then we're going to watch a video. So it's I into the G, and then H, then the dot, and then again I, G, H, and then the dot. I want to see these joined now, year 1s and year 2s. Okay, so 3 times in your book. Pause it if you haven't done it, because we're going to watch a video.
Kids versus phonics. I, night, light, night light, right.
I want you to think about where this I sound is
Right.
appearing in the word, and can you think of any rules that we might need?
Right, right. Not a bright night light. I want a bright night light. A bright night light? Tight. A bright night light. A bright night light. Too bright, too bright. In the end, the new bright night light is just right.
Okay, so did we spot any rules? You may have done. So the I sound, or the I grapheme, usually comes in the middle of words, and if it does, it always comes before a T. So here are some words. I'm going to put the sound buttons in as we read them. So we've got S, I, T, T, I, T, N, I, T, B, I, T, F, I, T, and M, I, T. So the I is in the middle of the words. Every single one comes with a T after it. Okay, so is that our only rule? No, it is not. Okay, so here we have 2 that do not follow that rule. We have S, I, and I, where the I sound is at the end. So those are our 2 rules for this I sound, but most popular one is when it has a T after it, okay, which is what happened in the video. So your activity for today is I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentences and 7 words. I would like you to write the word from the box and put them in the correct sentence. And if you could join your I sounds for each word, that would be brilliant. Okay, so the first sentence says, I faced the something dragon with just a spoon and a lump of cheese. Okay, was it a high dragon, a night dragon, a mighty dragon, a light dragon, a height dragon, a slight dragon, or a right dragon? Okay, now you might find that some of those words, more than one works. In that case, go on to the next one and see if you can work out which one's missing. And then it says, can you have a go at writing your own? So that could be any of the I words that we've come across today. Just write one in your own sentence. And that is it for today's phonics. Back tomorrow for a different I sound.